my channel. This is Matt Daniels, and today we are going to be speaking about gossip. We are going to speak about cutting people off, when or things to consider before you actually decide to cut someone off. And if you are here for the first time, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure that you like this video, you leave your comment and tell me what you think about gossipers and about cutting people off. Make sure that you like, comment, and when you share this video with your friends if you can. And do check out all of my other videos. I've just posted videos down below on energy. I've posted a video recently about what to do when it feels like God is just being unfair. And please watch this video up until the end. Friend, I'm not going to speak on a relationship kind of like level, because I feel like when it's relationship kind of like level, the quicker you cut someone off, the better, because the more you let someone stay in your life, whereas you can see that you don't really gel together, you are just prolonging an unnecessary process, and just pushing away the inevitable. So it's very important for you to cut them off, like the sooner the better. But I'm not there today. What I want to talk about is cutting people off in your life, and today I want to focus specifically on gossipers. I want to speak about people who speak badly about you, in terms of at your workplace, in terms of in the church, and also in your family. Now, the first thing that I need you to understand is that negative energy and positive energy works together to make us the people that we are today. If there was no negative energy in your life, you would probably not be where you are today, right? So we are different, and we handle gossipers or gossip in different ways. Now, for me personally, if someone talks about me, I don't care. Like, you can say whatever you want, as long as it does not affect me. As long as what you say does not affect my job, it does not affect my kids, and it will not harm me in any way. I believe that the mouth is made for talking, and you can say whatever you want. It's your mouth, after all, your emotions, your thoughts. Like I said, as long as it does not affect me. Now, the day where you're going to start talking about something that's going to affect me, or somehow maybe affect my job, I'm going to confront you. I'm going to come and say, okay, this and this is what you say. I'm just forward. If you do something to me, I'm the kind of person that I'll tell you, okay, I'll tell you to your face. I'll confront you straight. I don't believe in that whole thing of maybe I go to Facebook and I type a status, and people who do this and this to me. No, if I have a problem with you, I'll come directly to you and I will tell you that this is what you're doing and I don't like it. That's just me, So that's if people gossip or talk about you on a general level. Now, there are people who talk about you at your workplace. Now, for people who talk about you at your workplace, there are two things involved. There are people who talk about you because now they're jealous of you, and they can't stand you, and they can see that you're progressing, and they're trying their best to use their words to bring you down. And those are the people that you should ignore. What you are supposed to do is to keep doing what you do, keep winning, and keep being a hard worker. And if you are in the workplace, it's very important, I must warn you, to know the work policy so that you avoid people abusing you. Because people will abuse you if they know the work policy and you don't know it. They will use the work policy to abuse you and to frustrate you at your job. And the last thing that you want is for you to be frustrated at your job. You cannot have it. So it's very important for you to consider that. Now, the second thing is that when there are people who talk about you at your work, things that are true. So when they talk about you, things that are true, it's very important for you to try and change. Sometimes it can be constructive. It happened to me one day. I remember I was at work, and some of my colleagues thought that I was actually out of the staff room. And when they thought I was out, I was actually standing on the door. I don't know what I was waiting for. I think I was on the phone or something. And then I was standing just there outside, and I was supposed to go to the bathroom, I think. And when I was standing, I could hear her mentioning my name. This other person was the one who was actually saying everything that's negative about me. And some of those things were kind of like true, So I didn't see a need for me to confront her and ask her, why were you saying this and this? Because it would just be an unnecessary debate. What I had to do was just, fix whatever she was saying. Because it was true, what she was saying about me. So it didn't really bother me, But if she was saying lies, I would have confronted her and said, look here, I don't like you spreading lies about me. So it's very important for you to how you handle situations. But remember, it can't be good vibes only. But yeah, where you can, let it be good vibes. So another thing is that when people start talking about you in church, right? Whenever you are gifted in the church, and people in the church have, are too, mixed up. When people start speaking about you, like I said, it's very important for you to ignore them, because when you are serving God and you are focused on your God, people who cannot be where you are spiritually will talk about you. She prays too much. She's always here. She wants the pastor. They'll start making stories about you just to bring you down, just to attack your faith. So you mustn't really pay attention to that. As long as what you are doing is right, just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep praying. Just keep, serving your God. And one day, the Lord shall reward you for your work. So don't pay attention to people that actually want to bring you down inside of the church. You'll move from one church to another. There's no church where you're going to find, where you're not going to find people that are going to talk about you, because there's no church where the devil is not there, and is always going to try and bring down the good saints of God. So it's very important for you to pay attention to what is important. Pay attention to what is important. Focus on your God and focus on serving Him. As long as what they are saying about you does not affect you in any way, just keep doing you and let them be them. Don't ever allow people to control you. Don't ever allow people to remote control you, your emotions, remote control your next move. Chase you out of the church to move from one church to another just because people are going to talk. The mouth is meant to talk. People are going to lie. That is what the mouth is for. So it's very important for you to try and avoid those kind of things. And if someone says something about you, it's very important for you to confront them. If one person says something bad about you and you hear it and it doesn't sit well with you, if you confront one person, I'm telling you, they won't talk about you again, because they will know that if they talk about you, you're going to confront them. So people take advantage of your kindness. People take advantage when they think that you are quiet. They will talk about you and frustrate the hell out of you because you're afraid to confront them. So if someone says something negative about you, it's very important for you to go to them and say, I don't like you going around talking about me, and it will stop, I promise. And if it doesn't stop, then it's just the work of the devil. Just ignore them, and just move on with your life. There are people also in your family who are going to talk about you. There are people who are going to talk about you because they are jealous of you, they're jealous of your progress, because they hate you. And then there are people who are going to talk about you, just because they are proud of you and they are pleased with you, and it's two different things, and you must be able to know how to differentiate them, because the people that talk negatively about you might turn something that someone who was speaking for your good and who is impressed by you was saying. They can turn it around to make it sound like it's something negative, whereas it's something positive. So it's very important, so when you know that there are people who are speaking badly about you because they're jealous, because of hatred and stuff, try your best to distance yourself from them. Try yourself not to entertain them. Try yourself to cut them off. Now this cutting off tendency does not, or this cutting off trend does not apply to family. When it comes to family, you don't just cut off. When it comes to family, you work things out. That's why I have friends, and these friends, they know that I can do whatever I want with them. They will not cut me out. I'm uncuttable. I'm just joking. Not like I can do whatever. I'm just saying, And so it's very important. With family, you have to work a little bit harder. The time you cut them off is either maybe they're abusive, take advantage, whatever. But with family, we can make an exception. I'm going to talk about family on another day, because family, it's very important for us to give ourselves time to just focus on how to deal with family members when we have problems, right? So the last thing is that, one thing I need you to understand is that when you have a circle of friends, right? When you have a circle of friends, and then there are people that talk about you amongst your friends, or you have friends that do right about you, and then there are friends that do wrong about you, right? Then the type of friends. There are friends who are going to speak positively about you. There are friends that are going to speak negatively about you. When that talk comes back to you, it can come back. It can like spin around, and come back, and in many forms back to you. So it's very important for you to assess what someone says. Sit down with your friend and find out why they said what they said. It could come from a positive place. So don't be quick to cut someone off because they said something bad about you, because it might not be true. So it's very important that before you actually cut someone off, you sit down with them and you explain to them what is going on. You explain to them what you heard. Be honest around your friends. Now, another thing that you have to consider is that there are friends that actually talk about you and share your things, not because they hate you or because they are jealous of you, but because they can't just keep their mouth shut. You have those friends who just can't shut it. They just like talking. You can tell them a secret today and 10 people will know by tomorrow. And it's not because they hate you, it's just because they can't keep quiet. So you have to identify those kind of friends and know, this is my friend, I love her so much. When I need something, she's gonna be here for me. I can never tell her any of my secrets because everyone will know. It's not that they're a bad person, it's just that they can't keep their mouths shut. So it's very important for you to be able to identify those kind of friends, and you know how to harness that kind of positive energy from them, and block away that negative energy. So it's very important. Remember, good vibes, bad vibes, whatever, it makes you a better person when in balance. Consider all of that. Try to sit down with your friends, try to sit down with your family member, try to sit down with anyone whenever you have a problem with them. Stop taking people from a distance, saying this and that, and talking about people behind their backs. We all gossip here and there. There are times where your friend calls you and you talk. That's gossip. We all do it. So why would you have a problem if someone then does it to you, especially if it's true? Now I'm saying that if it's not true, then that's when you should actually have a problem. When people start cooking up stories about you just to bring you down, and start talking things about you that is just not for the public use, stuff like that, that's what you need to consider. But besides that, try and give people a chance. Relationship is very important. I think that a lot of people, when they fight to break up. That's why we are living. That's the kind of generation that we're living in right now. We are living in a world where people argue to break up, where people argue to end relationship. For me, it's different because now I grew up in a family where we argue like almost every day, and I don't mean like argue. I mean like we should all be loyal, because wow. So we grew up in that kind of an environment, like a hostile environment. Like I know how to maneuver. When I argue with someone, I fight with someone, we're not fighting for breaking up. I remember this one time we went on a date with one of my sister's ex, and that time we're sitting on the table and it's like, why are you guys fighting? And we're like, we're not fighting, this is just how we communicate. Sometimes with someone, when someone hears how me communicating with that someone, they can consider it a bit disrespectful, and that's just how we are. We are free with each other, we communicate, and if one is wrong, we do tell, okay, they're here, you're wrong, I'm not gonna do this, and it's worked for us. If it was not for that, I don't think we would be where we are today in terms of relationship, because we don't put things under the carpet. Because the more you put things under the carpet, and then something wrong happens, and then you put it under the carpet, something wrong happens, you push it away, something wrong happens, you push it away, you are building a stumbling block, you're building a wall, and one day that wall is going to be so big, it's going to be impossible for you to fix your relationship. So it's very important that every small issue that comes about, you fix it and you solve it and you pass, and that way it never is going to come back and become something that's going to prevent your relationship from growing. So that is what I wanted to. So thank you guys for watching my video. I love you, and